This video is brought to you by the good people over at patriotpost.us. They are a fantastic source of news and information, and a link for them will be in the description box. So when you head over there and subscribe, tell them that ABO sent you. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about yet another fake hate crime, this time in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Now, there is a lot to quote unquote unpack here, as the cool kids would say, but let's start from the very beginning. Who did this? Why do I think they did it? What are some comparisons to some other fake hate crimes, hate hoaxes, or whatever you want to call them, and more? First of all, a former NFL player by the name of Edawn Coughman owns a bake shop of sorts. It's called the Create and Bake and Coughman's Creamery. Like I said, this is in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So I don't know what his motivation was, but what he did was vandalize his own shop. He pulled up to the spot in a black SUV with no plate on it right around 9:30 p.m. He goes into his own shop, takes flat screens off the wall, and I mean takes them off the wall. I'm talking about he ripped them off of the wall with some of the drywall still on the mounting brackets. We'll get to that in a moment. He spray painted quote unquote MAGA on the walls, a swastika, and let's pause for a moment. You see the picture on the screen before you of the so-called swastika. Why is it that the hate crime hoaxers can never draw a swastika correctly? You're looking like Zorro upside down and sideways, okay? That is not how a swastika looks, but for now, I digress. So he does all this stuff, and after he does that, he calls his insurance company to say, hey, I've been vandalized, it's hate crime, it's that, and the third. So apparently he was trying to cash in on that and engage in some insurance fraud. So when he vandalizes a spot, it's not that late at night. Like I said, it's like 9:30 p.m. A maintenance worker in the actual complex sees him. And there's also some officers right there that see the car as well. So, of course, the maintenance man calls the police and says, hey, this man's store is getting vandalized. The police are right there. So the guy gets into the car, tries to drive off. The police are basically right on his hind parts. They pull him over and they notice the flat screen TVs in the back of his van with drywall still on the mounting brackets. That's suspicious. Why do you have all these flat screens in the back of your truck with drywall on the back of the mounting brackets? Okay, it seems like you did that in haste. And usually, if you got flat screens in the back, you're not going to see the mounting brackets on the back. You know, if you were to take them off of the wall for whatever the reason may be, you're moving or whatever, you're going to leave the mounting bracket there normally because it damages the wall. But anyway, he also had black spray paint on his hands because he had just got done spray painting the MAGA and the swastika, this, that, and the third. So, of course, he has been arrested. I think the charge will be fraud. I don't really know what other charges he'll face. He does have a criminal record. He had a gun charge in Canada when he played for the CFL. So he is not a new jack to this whole law enforcement interaction thing. This is his most recent offense. Now, this is not a surprise at all. I think at this point, I've pretty much become used to it. I can't even call him Juicy Smouye 2.0 because there have been other Jussie Smolletts since Jussie Smollett. Remember, in Georgia, again, you had Erika Thomas talking about, oh, this white man got in front of me and called me all types of N-words and said go back to where you came from and just really stupid stuff. The guy gets on camera, invades her whole little, press conference talking about, look, I'm the guy she's talking about. I'm not a racist. I don't even like Trump. I would not be a quote unquote Trump supporter. So what she's saying is incorrect. There was a disagreement over how many items she should have in the fast checkout line. She crying, talking about, oh, I'm pregnant. She's crying about how much she's pregnant, but yet has on a Planned Parenthood t-shirt. Right when I saw the Planned Parenthood t-shirt and then the fake crying with no tears or minimal tears at best, and then a pregnant belly with a whole 15-year-old in the back, I'm like, all right, this is silly. This is just political posturing. And my question to anybody that does this would be, why? Why are you doing this? Where's the brain power? You're turning your brain off at this particular point to go out and do these fake hate crimes. Nobody's believing you. I've not seen anybody that claims to be a Trump supporter do anything like this. Okay, the closest thing to would be the quote unquote MAGA bomber, where he was sending these so-called pipe bombs to certain politicians that didn't go off and nobody got hurt. But I've never seen anybody that claimed to be a Trump supporter and was really that do stuff like go to your place of business, spray MAGA, or the whole Justice Smollett thing, which is the most famous case where he was talking about, oh, they attacked me, called me the F word, N word from Empire, and tried to lynch me and threw bleach all on my face. I've never seen anything like that happen in reality. These things only happen in the minds of those that feel that they are oppressed. And they're so crazy with it and they're so silly with it, they try to actually enact it in real life thinking that others are going to believe it as well. Well, no, your mind and your imagination is one thing, but the reality of the world is a whole different thing, okay? And when them hind parts get locked on up for fraud, for fake hate crimes, or whatever the case may be, then you're going to see what the reality is, and it does not match what you have in your mind. Okay, you can't cry about oppression and white supremacy for getting locked up for a fake hate crime that you were proven to be faking. I mean, like I said, I don't see the logic, but at the same time, I kind of do understand the logic. When you're dealing with a person that's not really that smart, a few trees short of a forest, a few fries short of a Happy Meal, the lights are on, but ain't nobody home, elevator's not going all the way to the top. When you're dealing with somebody like that, they will do things like this that don't make any sense as well. It lines up with their other actions. Like I said, the man Edawn Coughman already had a criminal record before this particular case. You know, having the pistol in Canada, what are you thinking about? Not a real high brain power person. If they were high brain power people, then they wouldn't be doing things like this. Even if you're on the left and you have a brain in your head that's not corrupted with, craziness, you're not going to go out there and hurt people or try to do some kind of fake hate crime hoax. Those of us that are on the right that support Trump, that support conservative values, we're not going to go out there and attack people and spray MAGA and all kind of stuff like that. We want to have all Americans become united and making America great again. We want to have America be considered first before other countries. We want to do for our veterans that are on the street, struggling to be able to get through day to day. We want to be a do for those that are disabled, those that actually need our help, truly, not those that are coming across the border illegally, stealing resources, falsely claiming asylum. We don't want anybody like that in the country. We want anybody that comes here to appreciate being American, to contribute to the country in a meaningful way, whatever kind of way you can. We don't want criminals. We don't want invaders. We don't want fraudulent people here, which is why we don't like when you have these fake hate crimes, these fake hate hoaxes that keep seeming to pop up over and over again, always from the left, trying to blame the right for a thing that we did not do. That's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that Edawn Coughman has that 3,000 IQ to go out and try a thing like this? I mean, come on. You got the spray paint on your hands. You literally got caught black-handed, all right, sir? The TV's in the back, and then you went to the store at 9:30 at night. Like, what's going on in your mind? At least go in the dead of the middle of the night. Don't go when it's like still traffic going on. You might as well have just gone during the daytime and did that with no mask or nothing on, in front of a camera and everything. The police are right there. They see your car. I mean, that was one of the dumbest I've ever seen. At least with Jussie Smollett, he had like this whole plan and he had actors and, he had to like do it a little bit better. It was still dumb because you're talking about you got these big, bad, racist, white Trump supporters in MAGA hats. Meanwhile, you got these two big bodybuilding Nigerians, the total opposite of what you would think a so-called racist white Trump supporter would be. Okay. Even though that was dumb, there was still a little bit of forethought behind it. This guy, Edawn, was like, look, man, them bills piling up. I got to engage in some insurance fraud right now. Let me go ahead and go to the spot before I go home and get something to eat and just tear up my own spot. I'm going to spray paint it with black spray paint. Let it get on my hands. No gloves, no nothing. I mean, just really silly. But like I said, people that don't really think clearly, people that are blinded by just silliness, are going to do things that are silly. It lines up with their other actions they have done all throughout their life. But am I wrong for criticizing the guy? Should I give him a break, or am I correct? Why is it that I always see these so-called hate crimes wind up being hoaxes, always coming from the left? Always. And if I'm wrong about it being always, you let me know of all the instances of so-called racist white Trump supporters attacking people based upon their race, or talking about monkey and MAGA. These are terms in your mind that are racist, sir. Ain't nobody going around doing that to you. Ain't nobody spraying no swastikas. Ain't nobody doing none of that. Let's just be real. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.